so just going to start off stretching, getting the body moving, get everything working. So feet about hip width apart, toes pointed slightly out, and you're just going to squat down nice and low, stretch up nice and high. Oh, and the leg come on, I'll just quickly admit that. Make sure they're connected. All good. We're just working through those. Down nice and low, stretch up nice and high. Just an early pre-warning. My legs are a little bit battered. A bit on the low. Same thing doing. So just stretch off first, get the whole move. Quite long on glute activations. Get back up. Circuits, ab circuits to finish. And on those, next one up, going to lunge in, twist over your front knee, and alternate with stepping in, dipping down like so, fully rotate the body back to the front, reset. Don't do better off getting nice and low into the lunge, fully rotate the upper body. Just keep those nice and under control. And inside, move into our toes forward, a little bit. All I want you to do is roll down as much down towards your floor, and then stand up into it. Don't rush these for obvious reasons. Probably lightheaded, especially if, like me, you've only woken up. Just make sure you really get nice and low. All those muscles in the lower, a bit more dormant now. A lot going on. Get those moving and working. Keeping those going nice and slow, nice and and last couple on those. And then next one, up straight, palms down. Palms up to your draw level. And then just alternate that. Some a little bit lower. Some again, don't worry about getting loads of reps done. Just wait all the way back. Up, back in. Nice. Loads of fibers in the chest. And last few. And relax off. On to the glute activation work.
Matt, your sound's quite bad again. There's a lot of background noise coming from someone. Can you just mute everyone?
Yeah, I can put everyone on mute. Let me have a look. What I'll do is if I unmute people during the break, when I find the button, I will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's off mute? There we go. So I've put you on mute. Right, I'm hoping you can still hear me. So I've just clicked on everyone who's still had a, yeah, right, I've got thumbs up everywhere. Happy days. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start on our glute activation work. So for these, all you need is a bit of space, preferably a mat to make it easier for yourself. First movement, you've got two variations you can go for. The first one is going to show you your regular glute bridge. So from this position, pressing through the heels, squeezing the glutes at the top, nice and controlled. If you want a slightly more advanced version, same positioning, but this time on your hands. And you're going to press from that position there up into a higher glute bridge, supported by your hands. So decide which one you want to go for. You can start on the regular one and then jump onto the more advanced version partway through if you want to. But let's all get ready. So getting into that starting position. If you want to go for your regular versions, laying on the back. If you want the more advanced version, propped up on your hands and straight into those. Whichever version you're going for, make sure you're pressing through the heels and not through the toes. And what I want you to do is take a long, slow breath out, empty the lungs while you squeeze the glutes at the top. No matter which version you're doing. If you start feeling a lot of this in your lower back, your feet are probably too close to yourself. So just step away from your body, keep the movement. If you're feeling it a lot in your calf muscles, you need to take the feet closer to the body. And that works for both the advanced version and the regular version. Try and keep a slow and controlled tempo through these. We're not trying to rush. We're not trying to get loads of reps done. Just trying to really make sure the glutes are doing all the work. That's our focus. Going to be going on those for about another 30 seconds. And 10 seconds left. And in 3, 2, 1. Just relax off there for a second. If you were on the advanced version, just drop into the position for the regular version. What the next one we're going to do is single leg. So you're going to isolate one side, pardon me, by crossing your knee, crossing your leg over the other knee. Bring the foot left on the mat central, so it's in line with your spine, and then into that same movement. Again, all those same rules apply. If your lower back starts doing the work, step away from yourself. If your calf starts doing a lot of work, step towards yourself. And the movement we're looking for is pressing through those heels, squeezing the glutes at the top. If you really struggle to hit your top point with just one leg, what you can do is pop your hands onto your hips, keep your elbows on the floor, and help yourself get a little bit higher by pushing through the hands as well. Keeping those going. We're going to swap legs in 3, 2, 1. Swapping over. Same on the other side. So just swapping the legs, make sure the foot that's now on the floor is in line with the spine, straight into that same movement. Pressing through the heels, squeezing those glutes at the top. Just going to go for about 15 seconds on this side, keeping that squeeze at the top of every rep. And going to be relaxing off in 3, 2, 1. Relaxing off there. So for this next one, going to want to be in a sideline position. So for this, just stack the hips, stack the knees, stack the feet. Bring your knees forward and try and imagine getting a 90-degree angle at the back of your knee. Pop your arms wherever you can to keep yourself comfortable. What you're looking to do is keep your heels close, but get your knees as far apart as possible. So opening up wide, lifting up and out to the side. So make sure as you lift, you're keeping that heel down, keeping that same angle in the back of the knee. So you're trying to get a long distance between the knees, keeping a short distance between the ankles. Twenty seconds left on this side. Start feeling that leg cramping up, just straighten it out a few times, get some movement. Try to get as many good reps in for the glutes as we can. For 3, 2, 1. Swapping sides. So exact same position on the other side. Knees and feet stacked. Taking that knee out wide, keeping the ankles close together. Working through those. "15 seconds left on this side. Try and get for as many good reps as you can. Should feel those glutes burning by now. And for 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Just going to change position. Going to get into a box position. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. At this point, what I want you to do is start on whichever leg you started on the last one. So don't use the same leg you've just used. Start with that leg back and take it out wide to the side. Scooch forward a little bit. And all you're looking to do is draw a long arc over the top to the other side. So these are called rainbow kicks. So you're trying to draw one long arc with the toe all the way across from one side of your mat to the other. Don't worry, you don't need your leg locked straight or anything like that. Just try and keep your upper body nice and stable as you go through these. 20 seconds left. Three, two, one. Same on the other side. So get that position to start. And once again, just moving that leg all the way across, all the way over. Halfway there. Just got one more movement to go after these. That's going to be the glute work out the way before we move on to the leg circuits. And for 3, 2, 1, relax off there. For this last one, what we're going to do is just lay it all the way down to your mats. Try and relax your whole upper body and your head. And from there, just try and point your toes out and heels inwards. And from this position here, all I want you to do is take a long, slow breath out, push the hips into the floor, squeeze your glutes. That should drag your heels and or knees off the floor. Hold that squeeze and hold that breath out for as long as you can. And then relax. So, nice and slow and controlled. Just a long, slow breath out. Squeezing the glutes, pressing the hips into the floor. Holding the breath out. And then relax. There's a nice slow tempo on these. Main thing to remember is that lifting your legs higher doesn't make the reps any more efficient. So don't worry about trying to lift them as high as possible. Just focus on that pressing into the floor, holding that squeeze, and then relax down. Keeping those going. You're going to go a little bit longer on these just because they are so slow tempoed. But that being said, we've got just over 15 seconds left. And going to relax off in 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Get your breath back. Just stretch off the legs a little bit. Exaggerate your walking motion a little bit just to get some movement through the body. Just going to give you a minute or so to breathe and recover before we go on to the leg workout. So grab your drinks. Try and stick with gentle sips, not big gulps. Last thing you want to do is chug your water and then feel horrible throughout the circuit. With the leg circuit, it's going to work quite similar to how we just did the glute work. We're not going to worry about being in tempo or doing a certain amount of reps for each station. We're just going to do each one for time. So it's much more important that you control the reps, feel it where you're meant to feel it, and control your breathing than it is getting loads and loads of reps done. So don't worry about trying to get loads of reps in time. Just focus on keeping control of your movements. So, first movement we've got is going to be a squat with a pulse. So for that, you start with the feet at hip width apart, just like you did with that beginning stretch. Drop down, small pulse, drive up, squeeze the glutes at the top. So get your positioning, get yourselves ready, and we're going to go into those in 3, 2, 1, and we go. So dropping down, small pulse, drive up through the heels, squeeze the glutes. Keep working through those. Make sure feet are nice and flat on the floor. You're pushing through the heels, not the toes. And when you hit that bottom point of the squat, try and make sure your hips are right down there with your knees for the pulse, then drive up and squeeze. So nice low squats when you have that pulse in. "15 seconds left. Going to be going into frog squats next. I'll show you them from a side angle so it's easier. In 3, 2, 1. What you're going to do is squat down, keep the chest low and straighten the legs, drop back down into your squat, and then stand up. So imagine squat down, RDL up, squat down, drive up. Down, keep the chest down, hips up, drop the hips back down, up to standing. My legs are suffering, so the demonstrations are going to start becoming a little bit rare. Do apologise, but we'll get through it. The way to know you're doing these right is as you drop and as you drive the legs straight, you feel your hamstrings scream at you at that point. Then drop back in and drive up. "15 seconds left. And in 3, 2, 1. Pick which leg you want to start on first. We're going to go for split squats. So dipping straight down, driving up, never locking the front leg out, but the front leg is doing all the pushing work. So don't push off your back leg. That's just there for your balance. Front leg does all your pushing work. Had a few late starters on this one, so we are going to go a little bit longer on this round. Try and make sure that you're dipping straight down and straight up. So it should always be a nice straight line from your back knee to your hip to your shoulder. "10 seconds to go before we swap sides. In 3, 2, 1. Swap that forward leg. Same movement. Straight down, straight up. Front leg doing all the work. Back leg just there for your balance. Make sure you've still got that breathing in check. As much as possible, keep your breathing controlled. Breath out through the mouth every time you press. Breath in through the nose on the way down. Keeping those going. We're just coming towards those last 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. For this next one, it's a squat variation. You want your feet in a V. So heels touching, toes pointing out into a V shape. Use your hands for balance. You're going to squat down from there, pushing the knees out. Drive up to standing. You won't be able to get as low as your regular squats. So don't worry if you're only coming down about 3/4 of the way you normally would. Really good way to hit the quads and glutes together. Make sure you're still pushing through those heels. It's all about pushing through the heels to get those glutes doing the work. And get that squeeze at the top every time. Still with that same breathing technique. Deep breath in through the nose on the way down. Big breath out through the mouth on the way up. "10 seconds to go. All we've got left after this is going to be a squat hold or a wall sit, depending on what area you've got available. 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. So what I want you to do is just drop down to the bottom of your squat and hold that position there. And we'll all drop down together in 3, 2, 1. Drop down into that squat hold or wall sit. Make sure whichever one you're doing, you've not got hands on your knees, hands are out there or by your sides. You can use your hands for balance, but you can't use them to support yourself on your own legs. And just keep that hold. We're going to look to hold that for 15 seconds longer. For 10 seconds longer. 5 seconds longer. For 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Get your breath back. Let yourselves recover. Slow your breathing right down. Going to go through that circuit one more time. So grab your drinks, shake the legs off a little bit, get rid of any crampy feelings you've got in the legs, especially in the sort of quads area. Just going to let you recover first.
Matt, those frog squats are great. They're my favorite thing that I've learned from lockdown.
Pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, I like them.
I would demonstrate better, but like I said, my legs are screaming at me. So if I do better, my hamstrings might snap in half. But no, I wouldn't say I need to do them with weight though. So a really good body weight exercise, just to put that in. So if you do weighted squats, re-rack your barbell, drop into those.
They're good. They're stretchy but challenging, and they're good.
Happy days. Glad you're enjoying them. And let's get ready to go again. So squats with a pulse coming up first. Position the feet. And we're going to be going into those in 3, 2, 1. And we go dropping down. Small pulse. Drive up. Squeeze those glutes. Get back into your tempo. Get back into your rhythm. Focus on the breathing nice and early. And make sure you're pressing through those heels. This is the last round of leg work that we've got to get through this morning. After this, it's just some core work left to finish. Got just over 15 seconds left on these. Then those frog squats will be back. In 3, 2, 1. Frog squats up next. So remember you're squatting down. Keep the chest there, straighten the legs. Drop back down, drive up to standing. Challenge that flexibility. Keep that chest low as you straighten the legs. Then drop back down into the next one. Just keep that tempo controlled. Just gone past halfway there. Stick with the tempo that you've set for yourself. Just coming into your last 20 seconds now. Just try to remember which leg you started on first on the split squats. And we'll make sure we start on that side again this time. It has been quite a long rest break, but you still want to make sure you're starting off the same leg. In 3, 2, 1. Popping that foot forward, pop the opposite foot back, and in we go. Always pressing through that front leg, not through the back leg. Keeping those going. "15 seconds left on this side before we swap over. In 3, 2, 1. Swapping over, same on the other side. Get that position in. In we go. working through those. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Straight down, straight up's what we're looking for. Halfway there. Ten seconds left. Keeping that going. For 3, 2, 1. Let's get that V position with the heels. So heels together, toes out in that V shape, pushing those knees out as we squat. Just remember, you're not going to get as low as you normally do on these. Just take it to 3/4 of the way you'd normally go, and press through the heels, squeeze the glutes at the top. "30 seconds left. What we'll do is we'll get to the end of these, take a few seconds break, get your position in, and then we'll be into that final squat hold, and that will be the leg work complete. "10 seconds left. Many good reps as you can get done. And in 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Shake the legs off. Get your feet set. Get your position in. And we're going to drop down into that squat hold. In 3, 2, 1. Drop down into that squat hold. Straight in. You're going to be here for 30 seconds in total. Really try and keep your hips down there level with your knees and keep your legs as static as you can. "10 seconds left. Keeping that hold, keeping as stable as you can. For 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Shake the legs off. Get your breath back. Get some recovery time in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move on to some ab work to finish. Just let you get your breath back before we go into that. But what we're going to do is we're going to have 3 movements that we're going to work through, and then we're going to finish on a plank. 3 movements we've got. We're going to go for alternate V-sits. So from lying out flat, nice and tall, reaching for your left leg, reaching for your right leg, reaching for your left leg, reaching for your right leg. We're then going to go on to heel reaches in that sit-up position, moving from side to side. We're then going to go for plank toe reaches. So from a long arm plank position, what you'll do is you'll raise your hips, drop your head, reach to the opposite side. And then what we'll do is we'll finish on a forearm plank. We'll go through each exercise twice. So from A to B to C, A to B to C, and then we'll finish on that plank. So a workout's quite a long circuit. Only going to go through it the once, but we'll blitz it and get it done. Just going to give you 20 seconds to breathe, and then we'll be in. So let's get you ready. Line up nice and tall. We're going to go into those alternate V-sits in 3, 2, 1, and we go. Keeping those going. For 3, 2, 1. Heel reaches up next. Reaching all the way down the body, keeping the upper back off the mat. Keeping those going. It's halfway there. Five seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Straight into your long arm plank position. And then remember, you're dropping the head, raising the hips, reaching for the opposite toe. Keep that movement going. I'm going to delete the. No worries. So in a bit, 10 seconds left to go. And we're going to be back to those alternate double V-sits in 3, 2, 1. Back to those alternate V-sits. Coming up for the left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg. Keep working through those. Ten seconds to go. In 3, 2, 1. Heel reaches next. Halfway there. Ten seconds left till we go for those plank toe reaches again. 3, 2, 1. Nice quick transition into that long arm plank. Remember, you dropping the head, raising the hips, reaching for the opposite toe. Ten seconds left on those before we finish on our forearm plank. What we'll do is we'll take a few seconds to break first in 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Get your position on the forearms. I'm going to step into that plank in 3, 2, 1. Into that forearm plank. Last 30 seconds of work for the class. Get that position in, get that hold. Breathe the whole way through. 10 seconds gone, 20 seconds to go. Twenty seconds gone, 10 seconds left. 5 seconds. And in 3, 2, 1. Relax off completely there. Get your breath back, guys. Let yourselves recover. Feel free to unmute if that's all the work out the way. Just going to let you recover before we go into the stretch down. So unmute your microphones if you want, guys. Completely up to you.
The sound was much better once you'd muted it all.
I was probably playing out the phone and you were hearing play through their phone, so it was almost like echoing sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll let you all for a second before we go on to the cool down. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. Right, so for the stretch down, all we're going to do is it's just going to be maintenance stretching. So essentially all the muscles we use for this class, we're just going to try and keep those healthy and the joints they work around nice and healthy. So starting off, what we'll do is keep your legs straight, toes pointing forward, drop the hips back, let your head hang down, reaching for your toes. And then a big breath out. Reach for the ceiling, hips forward, weight on your heels, taking a slight backwards bend. And relax off there. Might want something for a little bit of balance in this next one. Going to stretch off the quads. And swapping over. And relax off there. Next one, you're definitely going to want something for balance. Pop your heel to your opposite knee, drop down into a squat, and if you can, almost hug that foot up towards yourself and push your knee towards the floor for a deeper stretch. And relax. Same on the other side. If this is your less confident side for balance, please do hold on to something. Then again, hug that foot up, push that knee down if you can. And relax off there. Hug both your arms out. Dip your head, arch your upper back, push your shoulders up, draw your chest into your body. Hug both those hands all the way around. Chest forward, shoulders back. Try and meet your elbow back. And relax off there. Shoulders, straight arm across the body. Looking over the shoulder, you stretching if you need to for a deeper stretch. And swap it, same on the other side. And then triceps, hand on the back of the opposite shoulder, pushing your elbow to follow your wrist. And swap over, same on the other side. And relax off completely there.